Hare Krishna, today we are going to learn and simulate how the day for the demigod is manifested, right? So the day time for the demigods is 6 months according to earthly calculations. Well, how does it happen? Srimad Bhagavatam describes in the fifth canto that for the residents on the top of Mount Meru, right, where the heavenly planets are, the sun appears above the horizon at all the times. So for a period of 6 months, the sun is visible. But what happens to the sun? Is the sun always fixed at one location? Well, not really. The sun is still moving around Mount Meru and completes one rotation around Mount Meru every 24 hours, according to our calculation, right? So that does not change. But what changes is that for a period of 6 months, according to our calculations, they will see that the sun is always above the horizon and it's moving from, let's say, east to southeast to west, right? Then to north, again to east, right? So it completes one full circle across all directions, always remaining above the horizon, right? And then over a period of 6 months, it would complete that rotation 180 times, right? So that's how the day time occurs for the demigods. Now, from their perspective, it doesn't look like it's 6 months long day. For them, it's just like 12 hours, right? It's a difference in terms of how it's experienced. But it's just something to consider that, it doesn't mean that, like for us, the sun rises and sets, right? But it goes across the arc up in the sky. But for demigods, when that daytime occurs, the sun is actually going around across all directions. So the phenomena occurs differently for them. Well, how are we going to simulate? The way we'll simulate is that it's an experience similar to what is experienced at the poles. So for the purpose of this simulation, I've changed the location to the North Pole, and I've changed the time to just a few days before the summer solstice, when sun is out all the time, right? So let's do the simulation. So here, as you can see, the sun is above the horizon, right in the southwest direction. It is 17th of June, late afternoon, and if we increase the speed to 1000x, let's do it 30,000x, and you see west to northwest to north to northeast and back to east, right? Sun is still up. It's always maintaining a constant distance above the horizon, right? The sun is not fixed at one location, right? It's moving across all around, but it never sets nor it never rises. So right, see, it's at south right now, approaching southwest, but it's maintaining a constant distance above the horizon, right? Increase the speed west, northwest, and then back to north. You see, it's never sets, never rises. So this is a similar experience that the demigods would experience on top of Mount Meru for a period of 6 months. They will always see the sun, but it does go around Mount Meru 180 times. That's just something to consider. So this is experience when sun is on the northern course of its path, which is Uttarayan. When sun enters Capricorn around 14th of January, all the way through beginning of Dakshinayan, which is about 16th of July, when sun enters the sign of Cancer. Okay. So having said that, let's try to simulate how the night time occurs. I'm going to keep the location same, but change the timing to just a few days before winter solstice, right? And the winter solstice, as you can see, the horizon is right here, the sun is below the horizon. And if you run the simulation, the sun will always remain below the horizon. That means you can never see the sun. So now you have 6 months night, right? That's what the demigods would experience. So it was south, now in southwest, and then within 24 hours it will again come to south, right? but at no point it's going to rise above the horizon. So it's always below the horizon. As you can see now, it's in west. And so the demigods would not see the sun for 180 rotations, right? And so it's a long night for them. And so now the sun is at northwest direction, still has not risen. It's again back to north. So you see, in this way, we can simulate how the night time would be for the residents on top of Mount Meru, right? And so this happens typically, not typically, but it always happens during the Dakshinayan path of the sun, which is when the sun enters the sign of Cancer around 16th of July, and from July, August, September, October, November, December, back in up until January. 14th of January is when the sun starts his northerly motion on the zodiac. It's always we're talking about the zodiac when we are talking about the Uttarayan and the Dakshinayan motions. Well, hope you enjoyed the presentation and learned how the daytime and the nighttime occur for the residents on the top of Mount Meru, all the Dikpals and all the demigods who reside there. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.